Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Tonight, we're talking about Jack and Lily Sullivan, who vanished from their Pictou County, Nova Scotia home on May 2nd, 2025. Since then, there has been no sign of Jack or Lily that we know of. The RCMP has been working hard on this, but still no answers as of to date that we're aware of. Tonight, we're going to talk about, did Jack or Lily go missing before 8 a.m.? The parents say that they went missing around 9:30 in the morning on May 2nd, 2025. Daphne did a very good live stream earlier, and I have some thoughts on that I would like to expand. We're going to talk about all of that and a lot more on the other side of this. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is October 15th, 2025. It is currently 9:10 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Boy, hello, Sue from Australia. C, good to see you. JC, Pam, Blueberry, Canadian Cookie, Jamie, Wolf, Robin, Kathinder, good to see you. Peggy, Kelly, Leslie, Shannon, Sherry, Jen, Pam, closer to ya. Kathleen, Tina, Shannon, Leslie, Robin, Connie, Pamela, Chuchi. Good to see you all. Deanna, Peggy, Sarah. Who else? Kelly, Ron. Yeah, Ron. So I was planning on coming straight back. And it was down. YouTube was down. And I was like, God, no. So I'm still hoping to do another live after this. If this one doesn't go on too long, I'm trying to keep it under 2 hours. Um, I know, Brandon. I know, baby. Hey, Lexi, good to see you. Brittany Boo, JC, everyone, baby kisses, Leslie, Peggy, Shelby, just me, Snarky, Pam, Robin, Kathleen, everyone. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you all. It was down. Justin couldn't open any live. Yep. Yep. Which means I couldn't go live. Hey, Pink. Good to see you. Sandy, Teresa. Good to see everyone. All right, guys, if you don't mind, for my live chat and my replay crew, how are you? Do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Would be so thankful if we get to 1,000 thumbs up. We have a chicken party, if I do say so myself, and would really appreciate that. And also consider sharing the live out for extra bonus points. Okay? I couldn't find a live. I thought I was losing my mind. Well, Golden, we all did. We all did. Thank you, Sarah, for leaving your DNA. Okay. So, um, hey, Mini Panthers, good to see you. Thank you so much, my darling. In my opinion, Martell threatens women with children. Noted. Yes. I agree. I agree, Mini Panthers. Much love to you, my friend. Thank you so very much. Kelly, we love you, darling. And I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Uh, those days can be tough. They can be tough. But I always tell people through, I've worked in 3 different funeral homes, right? I've worked in hospice, and just from my own experiences of losing my mama, my daddy, my father-in-law, who was like my dad, just a lot of people. The single thing that I think I can tell people whenever they lose a loved one or it's the day, the anniversary, they want you to be happy. Your husband, your mother, your wife, your sister, your brother, your kid, your nephew, your niece, your friend, whatever it is, your loved one who has passed wants you to be happy. They do. They want you to go on, even when you don't feel like it, and they want you to be happy. And being happy and relishing the life that you have is a way of honoring them. You know what I mean? It's a way of honoring them. So just try to keep that in mind, my dear. And we don't, every second of our life we don't get it back. None of it. When I started, it's fleeting, always. So yeah, Matt Frazier, yeah, he's a good guy. Good. Yep, they want you to be strong, go on, and be happy. Absolutely, absolutely. But we are here for you, my dear. You take care of yourself, and love you. Huh? Jen, I thought about it at one time, but anyway, we're talking about Jack and Lily Sullivan, who vanished from their Pictou County, Nova Scotia home. And this morning, I was talking to our friend Daphne, and she did a wonderful, uh, wonderful live today. And I want you guys to sub up to Miss Daphne if you are not yet subbed. Um, 1 second. Let me find it here. And I'm going to put her link in the description for the replay crew and chat. And she did an amazing live. And she, I think, out of like Daphne and I share a lot, like with each other with cases and stuff. And I think her and I think a lot alike, right? Like she goes deep into it like I do. And we're constantly bouncing stuff off of each other. Here is a Daphne's link if you're not yet subbed for the live chat. And I'm going to put this in the description. Full credit. Um, and I've got some stuff that I want to kind of add on to, my perception of it. But we've always thought, at least a lot of us have, that Jack and Lily went missing earlier, whether that was Thursday night, meaning, before midnight, or after midnight, meaning the early hours of Friday morning. Or did they go missing whenever the parents said that they went missing? They said that they noticed that they had been missing around 20 minutes, is what the documents say, and by their own words. And there's multiple things, their accounts, the documents, um, the over the radio, where they said the parents said that they were gone around 8 o'clock. And so, with all of this that was put together today, these are the receipts. And if you guys have watched me since day one on this case, you guys have always heard me say they are trying to get closer to 10 o'clock, right? I have always thought that they went missing before 10 o'clock, but she's going to put something together, and then I'm going to put something together. And yeah, there's not. It's just to kiss Daniels. That's all. Um, all right, here we go. We've got a real receipt right here. We got some real receipts. Okay. That came from, is Robin okay? 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a big one as well, right? 20 minutes, 20 minutes. And that's how they kind of go in little sections. Good. Good. Go Earl. I've got Earl's. I've got his thing too today as well. he did say this. I'll show you that real quick. Let me show you. He has been texting. Mr. Earl Martell said, Ben wished happy Thanksgiving, but I'm not happy. Each night I think of Jack and Lily running up driveway, calling me Grampy when I picked up my own grandkids. Once after Jack's birthday, asked why I wasn't invited. Malaya said only family were invited. I was more a grandparent to those children than any one of their real ones ever were. Sorry for the rant, but it's time I start speaking up. Well, Mr. Martell, it is a free country, right? And you are certainly welcome to speak up. But let's get this clear. If that is a dig to Belinda, it's not much of a dig, okay? Because your son was the very reason Belinda wasn't in their life. Mr. Martell, your son, made Malaya not have any friends at all, didn't want people know where they lived at, and certainly did not want Malaya around Belinda or Malaya's ex and Belinda's son, even though that was long over with. Even though that was long over with. So, deny, deflect, deny, deflect. Yes. Yeah, which is it's so interesting, right? He's dissing Cindy equally as well as Henry and even Patty. Well, this is the thing. Patty gave more than she probably ever should have, right? And Malaya's mom, they've tried with Malaya. They've tried with Malaya. Tried to get her out of that shithole as well that your son and your ex-wife lived in, Mr. Martell. So she called back and said no. Right? Well, Bobby, get over it. That's all I can tell you. Get over it. Math tell, math tell, math tell. And if you don't like that, I suggest you flip the screen. In fact, when I was over at DT's the other day, very respectful over there, you told Joe you should probably go over to Justin's. I was shocked to hear you say that, Bobby. Really was. But that's okay. You're welcome to be sick of it. I didn't ask your approval. So there's that. Whatever you do, don't block her, don't time her out. So I appreciate you watching me. Thank you so much. But Bobby, if you would like, you can call 307-228-4906. I will be happy to give you Mr. Martell's dealer. He'll tell you. You're welcome in advance. Thank you. So there's that. Yep, there is. There is. Anywho, um, Malaya is responsible for the entire mess period. Uh, Essentially, yeah, Malaya is. She is. Yes, she is. Yeah. Well, he's not dealing numbers. That's for certain. Cheapskate. Okay. Anywho, there's that. So, moving on here. Let's I've got all of these right here, and I'll show them to you here in a second. But this was the Earl Martell the second, the 307-228-4906. April, you can Modzul. I want to believe the children are alive. Well, Bobby, everyone does. Everyone does. When our loved ones die, we don't want to believe it either. We don't want to believe it either. And I've actually, if you've ever listened to me say this before, if you watch me nearly on the daily or whatever, I say, actually, the people who think that someone couldn't do something, and I'm talking about viewers. I'm talking about viewers. That, no, Malaya couldn't be hiding something. Daniel couldn't have done that. Really, some of you are the best of humanity, in my opinion. And the reason is because you cannot, you're a you're a good person, and you can't see someone doing something terrible to a child, right? I get it. I get it. But people do terrible things. Some people are stressed at the moment, not thinking clearly. Some people are on rugs. Some people are just different people behind closed doors. And I'll just say this. A man who wants to keep everyone away from his woman is also depriving her of a life too, of her family, her friends, working or whatever. If a mother and a parent is not happy, a child's not going to be happy either. You can't be the best parent, the best human, if you are not happy, if you're restricted, if you're jealous, if you're bitter, if you're angry, all of that. And Mr. Martell said he wanted to R someone, wanted to R someone. That is control. He has to be in control. That is not a normal thing. It's not. There is no shame in addiction. I am 12 years clean. 12 years clean, right? 12 years clean. I've told Daniel here before, listen, there's nothing wrong with being an addict. If you're struggling now, fine. I have sympathy for that. But you see, Daniel says he doesn't struggle with anything, right? He goes to AA meetings just to rid the bullshit, right? 3 times a week. I have long talked about my sobriety, right? Best thing I ever did was get sober, right? Um, the thing is with Daniel is I know it's a lie. I know it's a lie. And just saying, you know what? I was really fucked up when I was with Malaya. I was really fucked up. And I did some really fucked up things, right? That's what you need. Just say, you know, I was fucked up. Once you say it, which is the hardest thing, you can start to heal from that, and you can start to just get over that hump. See, Daniel's Superman. Daniel's Superman. Right. So, Daniel is known around there because, let's face it, us creators talk to people in that area, and it's a small group of people, right? Small group of people, and people talk. Yep. No. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. See, legal. I don't believe. I mean, listen. NA and AA, Al-Anon, anything like that is not. It's not just for addicts. It's for everyone, really, especially Al-Anon, right? And there's nothing happier that would make me happier than Daniel actually getting his shit together, right? Uh, but Daniel's just not ready for that. Daniel's not ready for that because you have to. You can't have pride whenever you are. You have to be ready and strip yourself of everything, everything to get clean. The pride is gone. All of that. And you have to deal with the shame as well, that what you put yourself through and all that. So, but anyway, I'm getting way off topic here. But have you seen the reports? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Renee, we're going to be doing that live next. Yeah. Something seems weird, in my opinion. Not everyone. Peggy, you do have to hit rock bottom, but that's if some people don't survive rock bottom. You know what I mean? Some people, there is no rock bottom. You just die before you get there. And that's what's really sad about addiction. Because clearly, people around Daniel know their son. They know Daniel. As much money as they made and had no bills, what did they spend their money on if it wasn't drugs, which again, a lot of us know the rug dealer. So cheapskate, yes. Junk and rugs, in my opinion. Yeah. All right. So anyway, our friend, again, Miss Daphne, she is in here. Like I said, we were talking today, and she did this amazing live. I want to, again, link is provided in the description for the replay crew. Make sure you sub up to Daphne and for the live chat as well. Let me see here. There we go. Thank you guys. Keep dropping Miss Daphne's link. All right, here we go. 1 second. Oh shit, what am I doing? Wrong one. All right. See, I get sidetracked, and
I'm gonna make myself tiny, and you guys
listen to this, guys.
Actually, that might be from this of how for another searcher.
This is the transcripts. This is the transcripts of the morning Jack and Lily went missing. And you guys know I've played the transcripts. It was, they say about the last time the parents was seen is around, 8 a.m. Let me pull it up here. Lord, I got heartburn. All right. And this is May. Let me see where we're at. Bear with me. Okay. I gotcha. Right here. Damn, how long it is it? It's right before May 2nd. What word are we looking for? Okay.
For the RCMP says, hey, how oh my gosh, have I ever read before? Have they been gone in a long time? Have they been gone a long time? Now, this is a transcript done through the live dispatch feed from Broadcastify. So we listen to most of this. We didn't get to this part, but we listened to like the blanket and stuff the other day on dispatch. But of course, it's hard to understand certain things. So when you do a transcript, it basically it's kind of like closed captions, kind of. So this is what happened. Have they been gone for a long time? 0800.
0800.
Meaning
listen to that.
8 o'clock.
Daphne's case files.
And it says 55 Charlie 35 South 2023. Thank you. This is right before 3:22. So this was asked right before the blanket was found, guys.
Yes, that's very, very important. 0 again.
And
it says, how have they been gone long? 0800. 0800. Oh, we can copy and paste this. Let me see if I can do it like this. 0. Okay. Try this. Yeah. 0800, which is obviously 8 o'clock, right? 8 o'clock. And that is one time that is said. Okay. Holy hell, Shannon. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you, Mamacita. That is very generous of you. Thank you so much. Gives my heart going again. Thank you so much, my dear. Really, really do appreciate you, my dear. You are extremely, extremely, extremely generous to me, Miss Shannon, and thank you so very much, my dear. You are very kind. Much love to you. Really do appreciate you, Miss Shannon. Earl is pissed that Daniel has brought such an yeah. Well, I mean, when's the last time, Lansdowne is rarely mentioned in that area, any type of notoriety. One of the reporters we was reading last night, she said, I've lived in Nova Scotia 20 some years, or she's from Nova Scotia, and she didn't even know where Lansdowne was. You know what I mean? Thank you again, Miss Shannon. Very, very kind of you, love. So 8 a.m., right? Now, let's look at this. And this part I knew about. I knew about the first one, like I just showed you, the 8 o'clock. And I knew about this, but I never put the two together. And Daphne, she got it. She God bless her.
Here we go. On May 2nd, we're going to present it to stage so you can everybody see this.
And Daphne, beautiful.
Yes, thank you. Hit that thumbs up. Thank you so much. May 2nd, 3:22 p.m. Oh, I'm reading the wrong one. Such an airhead, guys.
Right up here.
Here we go. On May 2nd, 2025, that was the day Jack and Lily went missing.
Yeah, so May 2nd, 2025, there was a missed call from Malaya at 8:28 a.m. Really? 8:28 a.m. So we got 8 o'clock, the dispatch. Yes, this is Cindy. Sorry, this is Malaya calling her mom at 8:28 a.m. Right? On May 2nd, 2025, there was a missed call from Malaya at 8:28 a.m. There was also a missed audio call at 10:40 a.m. All right. Right? No, it was 2025. Yeah. So let's get this straight. Let's get this straight. We're gonna do this in a sequence here. The dispatcher over there, we just showed you the transcript. 8 o'clock. They've been missing since. Malaya is on the phone at 8:28 in the morning, calling her mommy. Yeah. Calling her mother. Calling her mother. Now, she doesn't get to talk to her mom because her mom is out in the barn. Her mom is out in the barn. Okay.
There was a missed call. There was also a missed audio call at 10:40 a.m. and a message from Malaya saying the kids are missing and the police were there. Cindy says she learned from her mother that the kids were missing because she left her phone in the house when she was in the barn.
Yeah.
So Cindy has horses. So supposedly she was in the barn, probably feeding the horses, letting them out to roam for the day, whatnot. I'm just guessing. But there was a missed call from Malaya to her mother at 8:28 a.m. Now, putting that together with dispatch, guys, 0800, we're going to go over to Janie. Okay? Well, it's in here somewhere. Hold on. Wrong way. Here we go. Give me just a second.
All right. Now we're going to get to Janie.
There we go.
Because we know what Junkyard Janeth, was doing around 8 o'clock that morning, right? Remember, out of didn't RCMP didn't and the RCMP didn't put all this together with dispatch call? I don't know. I have no idea, Callie. But they watch us. They watch us. Janie says she's up at 6 a.m. Watching her or letting out her watching her cock crow, we'll say that. Okay. And then she comes back in and has a cigarette. Right? And plays on Temu. Okay. Mama smokes, baby chokes, darling. Right? But then Fridays is whenever Miss Janeth herself goes to town. She goes to town riding on a pony. No, with her brother Ron. Ron supposedly calls her that morning and asks if she wants to go. No, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. Well, bitch, you ain't going out for another week. So you better get your ass to town. Okay. You're not going to have any dog treats or cigarettes. That's what I was singing, Justin. How convenient. I feel like church lady. How convenient. Janie, out of all days, doesn't go to town. Correct. Yes. Yep. Listen to what this says. It's a little.
Now, these are the
I
documents.
might be able to pull mine up. 1 second.
Let me zoom in so you guys can see it. This is Janie. Janie said originally she.
Originally. And I talked about this the other night. Janie said originally. Her original story. Your original story is the most it's the best, right? It's the one that you should go with. That way there's not time to switch, add extra bullshit, times, things that could have happened, erase, all of that. It's the gold standard. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, oh my gosh. Canadian, thank you so much. My goodness. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Canadian gifted. Good Lord, y'all. Thank you. Thank you so much, Canadian Cookie. That is so generous. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, make sure you thank our beautiful Canadian Cookie. We love our Canadian Cookie. She is a cookie. She's so cute. Thank you so much, Canadian Cookie, for gifting 3 pearl necklaces. Welcome to the new pearl family. Really do appreciate you, my love. Thank you so much. Really, Canadian, love you to pieces. Christine, you are incredibly generous. Thank you so much, my dear. Missed call from Malaya. Missed call from Malaya at 8:28 a.m. Did Malaya go to the driveway to make the call? She did not. No. Would she not have seen the children in the kitchen or outside playing? No, Malaya did not. So Malaya used her Wi-Fi calling when she was home. Except she used a certain app. Now, this app that she used, you couldn't call 911 through the app through Wi-Fi. But she could have called her phone through Wi-Fi without the app. But no, she never ever went to the end of the road. That was also said in the beginning, because everyone was questioning how'd she make this call, right? No. Malaya says to call 911, she turned off her Wi-Fi to get cell phone service in a corner of the house. She had to turn off her Wi-Fi, which makes no sense whatsoever. So yeah. But yeah, she never went out to the road. If that's what you're asking me. If you're asking me something else, just type it in chat and I'll try my best to answer it. Mods, just let me, if I don't see it, just please one of you text it to me, whatever Christine says. Joyous, you are so kind, Mr. and Mrs. Joyous. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you, my friends. Good to see you, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, make sure you thank our beautiful, beautiful Mr. and Mrs. Joyous. Yeah, I got your email, Sassy. I got it. Yeah, I got it. Thank you so much, honey. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Miss Joyous. Really, really do appreciate you, my loves. Thank you so much, truly. And Jen, thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate that. Good to see you. Thank you so much. My love. Yes, mods can drop my email address there. All right, so you guys remember when I said, when we talked about 6 o'clock, Malaya's up at 6 o'clock. Janie's up at 6 o'clock. Daniel says he's sleeping at 6 o'clock. right? But I said, there's a lot of people up at 6 o'clock. And just like there is a lot of people up at 8 o'clock before these kids are reported missing. Justin, my Temu order just arrived. LOL, and I'm not even joking. Good. It's right, Sue. Yeah, I order from Temu. I love Temu. Guess it wasn't that urgent. Yeah. So there's more.
He might have learned the children were
Hold on.
gone.
Right. Listen to this.
This is Janie. Janie said originally she might have learned the children were gone around 8:48 a.m. before she talked to Ron, which is her brother, but then later clarified the timeline in her second statement. What do you guys think about that? What do you think about that? I think the children were missing earlier. Actually, I think the children went missing that night, but in my opinion.
Yeah. I absolutely agree with Daphne. I think probably most people do as well. So at from 6 o'clock in the morning, Malaya is up. Janie is up. I'm assuming the kids are going to be getting up soon if they were in bed, which I don't believe they were in bed that night. And at 8 o'clock, dispatch says that's when the kids were seen. You see, when all of this chaos is going on that morning, if someone does something, we'll say, there's a lot that they have to keep up with. And the main thing is that they have to keep up with is hiding and what they've also lived through, the trauma of whatever they have lived through, right? And then they have to call the police, and then the police come and they start asking questions, right? And they're not really ready for all the questions at that point. So Malaya and Daniel and all of them said 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Didn't Janie's brother? There's something with that as well, but there's a lot of stuff going around from 6 to 8. When all of these people are supposed to be sleeping, but you're not sleeping. You could not have heard these children at 9:30. Janie, Daniel, Malaya. You couldn't have. Doesn't work that way.
What do you think about that? Now, which proves the kids were, yeah, exactly, Justin. Exactly. Now, remember all the fuss about the stinking 911 call, how Daniel was saying, well, started window.
1 second.
The day that
All right.
one.
I've got these as well. I'll just play it.
Call that Malaya made the day the children went missing.
Yes. Now, the call is at 10:01 a.m. 10:01 a.m. Malaya gave this out to Sunny from It's a Criming Shame. And the outgoing call was at 10:01, emergency. Hold on a second. I just thought of something. 1 second. Is this screenshot right here? This doesn't look like, it looks more like an app than it does. I'm going to get back to that. I need to talk to you about something, Daphne. I just thought of something. But Malaya calls at 10:01, and the call lasts 9 minutes and 45 seconds, right? 9 minutes and 45 seconds. So it's pretty much 9:11 by the time she gets off of the phone. 9:11. Right? Okay. Which means Daniel is still, according to Daniel's story, and also Janeth's story, because I know y'all are watching. Janie, Danny, honey, how you doing? Yeah, it's 9:11 and they call 911. Yeah. By the time they get off, they call it 9:01. It's actually 9:10:45, but we'll call it 9:11. Daniel says he runs up the hill to see if the kids are up there, and by the time he comes back down the hill, his mom's outside. Right? Okay. Which means Daniel had to be oh, well, he said he comes back down the hill, and by the time he comes back down the hill, Malaya is on the phone with 911. He says it takes him, 25 seconds to run up and run back down. All right. There's a couple problems with that. If he is running up there and running back down, and Malaya is standing at the front of Janie's camper, that's not the inside of the house where Malaya said on the documents that she was calling 911. Okay? In the corner, mind you. But Daniel said when he ran back down the hill, Malaya and Janie are out there, right? And he says she's on the phone with 911. By the time I ran back down the hill, she's on the phone with 911. So then I jumped in my car and I left. So Daniel has to be home at 10:01 if his story is true. If his story is true. Okay? Now remember, he now says he went in his house, or he went to the front door. It was locked. He had to run around to the back of the house and get his keys, or Malaya's keys, and all that. And then he jumps in his car. But listen, just keep listening, because we are shredding their alibi.
This 911 call lasted for 9 minutes and 45 seconds, guys.
Hey, Peacemaker. Yeah.
Who's invisible? Is Nightbot being mean again?
For 1 second.
And this is off Sunny's. This is Daniel. We woke up, didn't hear the.
I did not know this. I did not know this was a thing. And I'll get back to Miss Daphne right in 1 second. Because I want to read this, because I didn't know this was a thing. This is Mr. Martell writing to Sunny. We woke up, didn't hear the kids, proceeded from bedroom to kitchen. I looked into the living room, no kids. I ran down to check under their beds, ran to the kitchen, got my shoes on, proceeded outside into the backyard, went around the fence. She asked me if she should call 911. While she's calling 911, I ran up to the kids' cabins to check. And when I was screaming for the kids on my way back down, that's when Mom came out of the RV and confronted Malaya. So a couple things is already different here. Daniel says here that Malaya was, should I call 911? He says yes. And he says Malaya starts to call 911 and he runs up the hill and runs back down the hill. And he's screaming, he says. And while he is screaming, Janie is confronting Malaya. That would be confronting, confrontation, right? Why is there a confrontation? Why is Junkyard Janeth confronting a mother that is saying her kids are missing? Why does Daniel, he doesn't say in this though, but Daniel said, I believed Malaya when she said they were in the woods. I was silly or stupid to believe that. But Daniel and Malaya says they have the exact same alibi. They went to bed. They slept. They said, Malaya says the kids woke up. I can't think of her name. Little Meadow. And she put Meadow and put her into the bed and laid beside Daniel. So if you guys have the same alibi, why would you be stupid, Daniel? Justin, in my opinion, Malaya wasn't near the RV she was inside. She may have been. She probably was. But, why is Janie saying, I come outside? What is this randomness that Janie is laying on her couch and she had already allegedly heard Daniel say, Jack, Lily. And she says she just thought he was yelling for him to come back inside, which we know when someone has a yell that is different, a concerning yell, where are you yell, just like we know a baby's cry They are different. They're much different. Right? But then Janie says she goes back to sleep. And I've always questioned this, and nobody ever else talks about this little part here. And it's a little part, but it's a big part, because we need to know why. Janie says, the next thing I know, I see Malaya out in front of her RV. But Janie says she's laying on the bed. She's dozing in and out of sleep. What makes Janie get up? What makes Janie get up and out? It's like she just floats out because Malaya's out there. Right? And that's when she says Malaya's out there. But I need to get back on this because I'm going to... Anyway. Okay. So this is the letter. Okay. While she was calling 911, I ran up to the kids' cabin to check. And when I was screaming for the kids on my way back down, that's when Mom came out of the RV and confronted Malaya. First of all, Janie says she did not hear you screaming for the kids and came out. She said she heard you screaming for the kids and thought you just wanted them to go back inside or whatever. Number one. Yeah. And second of all, she fell asleep after that. Okay. But on her way back down, that's when Mom came out of the RV and confronted Malaya. Malaya, what's up? Malaya turned around. So he's saying, Janie is saying, Malaya, what's up? Malaya turned around and said, the kids are missing. Mom said, how long? 20 minutes. So about 3 minutes to get outside and about 4 minutes to get to the cabins and circle down behind the RV. But Mom confronted her when I was halfway back. That's what he says. But Mom confronted her when I was halfway back. This is so messed up. It's impossible. It is impossible. You've got Daniel. This is why it's so fucked up. This shit did not happen. Didn't happen. Right? Guys, everyone's allowed to their opinion. Everyone's allowed to their opinion. This did not happen. You cannot say Malaya was calling. I ran up the hill, right? And I ran down the hill, and Malaya, and then Mom comes out and is confronting Malaya. But then he says, Mom goes around the area searching, and he says, I was halfway done when Mom was confronting Malaya. No, bitch. You were coming down the hill. That's what you were doing. What is he even talking about? Janie doesn't hear anybody in her story. She says she just wakes up and she sees Malaya outside. And she comes outside and says, "What's up?" It is a game changer. Big ass game changer. Big ass game changer. Where's I don't see Daphne. But MBM was on the phone with 911 as her call was almost 10 minutes long. Yes. That as well. Tells me that Malaya wasn't really talking to him that morning. I've always heard, and I heard the first day of Jack and Lily going, maybe the first or second day, that there was. I didn't hear of. I mean, we heard of the party the night before, but I heard of a confrontation with family members there on Thursday. But anyway, oh shit. Okay. All right. So Daniel says, I just want to read that again. But mom confronted her when I was halfway back with her 20 minutes, she said. But mom confronted her when I was halfway back with her 20 minutes, she said. We have a time around between, this is his words, not mine, me reading. It's just his words. Between 9:35 and 9:45. Really? So he says the kids go missing between 9:35 and 9:45. Right? Okay. So tell me why why the dispatch says 8 o'clock, right? Why Junkyard Janeth says 8:35 or something like that, 8 something. And shit, what was the third one? What was the third one? I forgot already. Yeah. 1 second. He most likely overheard the FaceTime. Oh, and the most important one, why Malaya is up at damn 8 o'clock in the morning making a call to her mother. All of these people are up. All of these people are up. Now, you are lucid enough, Malaya, at 8 something when you made that call to obviously talk, right? So I don't believe you're in bed when you're calling your mom, Malaya, at 8 something in the morning. When you say you're dozing in and out of sleep with a baby right there and Daniel right beside of you. Now, you're going to take a call, if you took a call or calling someone, you're going to take that call outside of that bedroom where a sleeping baby and a mathematics head says they're sleeping. That's that. Warrants for all the family properties. It's not going to happen. And you said Jack and Lily were up playing all the, throughout the house. Well, you was awake. You was awake. You were using the phone. Right. In and out of sleep, just making calls and emails, Timu, feeding chickens, and nobody noticed 2 children missing. Everyone was, like I always say, everyone was conscious enough to know that Jack and Lily came to their bedroom so they could, see him a good second. And but asleep enough to know that to not know rather that they left. Same with Janie, right? In my opinion, Malaya did FaceTime with mom to schedule leaving Daniel and outside. But he most likely overheard her conversation. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. She called them for school at 6:17 or 6:18. She says she sets her alarm at 6, and she says like 3 minutes later she emails them, or she sets an alarm at 6 and 6:15, and she wakes up at 6:15 and she's emailed them by 6:18. Takes longer than that to get your eyes open. I wonder if she checked on them before checking out of school. They were already, yeah. Yeah. That's why this story falls apart, because it didn't happen. Right. Justin, wouldn't she have to physically see them to call them out? What do you mean, honey? To call them? No, because I mean, she says she put them to bed, right? Daniel said he would have. Daniel thinks or that Malaya shouldn't have kept Lily or Jack home that morning, uh, even though he says in his documents that he never heard Jack or Lily speak to them. But now he's recently added that with another creator. Okay, give me 1 second, y'all. Well, that's yeah, sandwich. I mean, yeah, I've said the same thing, right? Like that morning, like whenever, for most of us probably have kids in here, and you either make the decision that they're not going to school the next day, or you make the decision that morning. It's either, you're sick, you're not going to be able to go to school tomorrow, or you might be able to go to school tomorrow. We'll just have to wait and play it by ear in the morning. Right. But regardless, the night before, there's a decision made. Right? The night before, there's a decision made. All right, guys, we're getting deep in this one, so put on your wading boots. Cough. Martell. Okay. 2 seconds, y'all.
Honestly, Daniel, I swear to God, if you make it onto the world's dumbest criminals, you know, I'm not gonna lie. You know, I'll be amazed if you turn out to be innocent. And then you've totally made yourself always look guilty. That's on you, to be honest, and the circus that's happened. Okay.
I couldn't agree with Sunny more. When I heard her say that, I laughed. I laughed till I cried. I don't know, Sunny, she sometimes, like, I don't even think she's meaning to be funny, but to me, it's funny, right? It's like her accent. Daniel, I swear to God. Because I love northern accents, like a New York accent or a New Jersey accent. And she kind of sounds like that to me. Daniel, I swear to God. I'm going to make merch shirts. Daniel, I swear to God. Swear to God. That just you crack me up. Okay, here we go. Excuse me. All right. Okay. Where was I? With her 20 minutes, she said, I should have let Daphne read this, but I've never read this until today. We have a time around 9:35 and 9:45. After I got back down from the cabins, Malaya was standing in the same position holding Meadow. I ran into the house and did Lansdowne Road. I never seen a blanket in the tree, by the way. Wink, 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 Daniel. You'll never convince me of that. Going out to the railway tracks, on the road, turning and going back. God, these are hard to read. Railroad tracks, going out to the railroad tracks on that road, turning and going back, doing Lansdowne Station Road, following it back to the 289 and finishing the trip by going up the trail beside the house at the right of the RV if facing into the driveway. You fucked up really bad here, Daniel and Janie. You fucked up bad. Oh my God. This might be a long one, guys. I can't help it. I can't help it. I've got to show y'all. I can't help it. I want people to see this. Watch this. Okay. Let me find the damn thing. 1 second. Okay, and what does he say here? Daniel says he ran. Let me get the script here. Bear with me. Shouldn't take too long. Appearance. One second. He ran. Oh, fuck me. Sorry. Maybe it was the other one. The polygraph. Kid seen the day before the disappearance. Where it might be this one. Okay. All right. Look at this.
I closed the door, got my boots on, came out here, ran up in the woods. Just right up here. The kids have a little fort that they made up.
Hold on.
Out of the trail after singing
Listen
out.
to this.
As I heard, I would have heard them yelling, "Come on, Jackie, let's go, Jackie, let's go." I didn't hear anything. The next thing I heard is I heard Daniel yelling. He was yelling for Jack and Lily. I didn't get up because I thought he was yelling for Jack and Lily in the house. So the next thing you know, came out of the trailer after I heard Daniel, about, I'd say, 10 minutes after I heard him, I come out of the trailer. I opened up the door, was standing here. Malaya was standing right here with Meadow on her hip. And I come out and I said, "What's up?" She said, "Jack and Lily are missing." I said, "How long?" She said, "About 20 minutes." I closed the door, got my boots on, came out here, ran up in the woods. Just right up here. The kids have a little fort that they made out of sticks and fir branches, and that's where they go. Practically carry Jack through the woods.
Now,
I
listen
got
to
up
this.
to, I did
Listen
this
to
whole
this.
area.
Listen to this.
There's an old road up back.
Listen to this.
When I got up to the end, to the top of the hill, I met Daniel. And I said to him, I said, "Did you find them?" He said, "No." He said, "You coming with me?" I said, "No." I said, "I'm going to search this area." Because...
Hey, guys. I don't know. I see someone saying, "Bobby, what's wrong?" Listen, let her have her opinion. It's okay. Don't hound her. Please don't hound her about it, because I honestly think there's legitimate questions in here that 3 people's stories can't be opposite, and just let her. Okay, we're letting her have her opinion. Okay, that's fine. All right, now listen to this. Listen to this. Very important.
And back.
Listen to this.
When I got up to the end, this whole area, there's an old road up back. When I got up to the end, to the top of the hill, I met Daniel. And I said to him, I said, "Did you find them?" He said, "No." He said, "You coming with me?" I said, "No." I said, "I'm going to search this area." Because when she told me the kids were missing, you automatically think they went into the woods. That was my first instinct. Mm-hmm. So I went up and I did this whole area, this whole wooded area, right up to the top of the dirt road, came back down here, and came back down the side of the road, came back down here, and came back up the same spot. I went back into the house. By the time the cops were here, I don't know exactly what time, I didn't take my phone. The cops were here.
All right, now that's a very important part where she talks about Daniel.
Come with me. I said, "No." I said, "I'm going to search this area."
Right
Behind the top of the hill, I met Daniel. And I said to him, I said, "Did you find them?" He said, "No." He said, "You coming with me?" I said, "No." I said, "I'm going to search this area." Because when she told me the kids were missing, you automatically think they went into the woods. That was my first instinct. Mm-hmm. So I went up and I did this whole area, this whole wooded area, right up to the top of the dirt road, came back down here, and came back down the side of the road, came back down here, and came back up the same spot. I went back into the house. By the time the cops were here, I don't know exactly what time. I didn't take my phone. The cops were here.
All right. That's major. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry, I think I'm choking. Sorry. Okay. So Daniel says he is going up the hill. He comes down the hill, and Janie is just getting outside and saying to Malaya, "What's up?" And she says, "The kids are missing." She's standing over there. You just saw her say it. "The kids are missing." And she said, "How long?" And she said, "About 20 minutes." Okay. Daniel says after he comes back down the hill, he gets in his car and he goes and searches for the kids. Janie says she gets on her shoes and she searches the back area. The back area. Hey, Trishy, good to see you. Hey, Miss Bartman, Star Child, good to see you. SL, hi, baby. Rickson, good to see you. And she goes back there and she sees Daniel. Hey, Sharon, YouTuber. She sees Daniel back there. Let's see what Daniel writes. After I got back down from the cabins, Malaya was standing in the same position, holding Meadow. I ran into the house and did Lansdowne Road. Okay? I never seen a blanket in the tree, by the way. Going out to the railroad tracks on the road, turning and going back down Lansdowne Station Road, following it back to 289, and finishing the trip by going up the trail beside the house, the right of the RV facing onto the driveway. That's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. All three of them are standing there, even if 30 seconds or a minute. Daniel's coming back down the hill. Malaya standing there. Janie standing at her porch. That's when she's talking to Malaya. How long have the kids been missing? About 20 minutes. She jumps and gets her shoes on. She goes back there and searches. Well, she sees Daniel back there. But Daniel says he's down on Lansdowne Station and searching the train tracks and going all the way up around. And then in this letter, Daniel says he comes back and searches back behind the house. Daniel's the opposite way, yeah. It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. Right? Now, let's see here. I meet mom at the top of the hill when driving back. The road can only be accessed farther by ATV or four-wheel drive truck. Daniel, I've got a message from you that said you only took roads. You didn't take any trails. I've got a message from you, a text message from you, saying you only took roads. You did not take any trails as well. But anyway, I digress. Right? I meet mom at the top of the hill when driving back. The road can only be accessed farther by ATV or four-wheel drive truck. On my way back, as I said, I meet mom and ask her if she was coming with me. She said, I'll search up here because they could have not went far. I returned to the house. Excuse me. I returned to the house, and when I got back, the RCMP were walking down the driveway to see Malaya. It took the RCMP 12 minutes to arrive on site. RCMP were parked in the driveway. So I parked next to the marsh in a little driveway area next to the house on the left, looking in facing the driveway. I jumped out of the SUV, then proceeded toward the woods. That is not how, by the way, that is how a liar speaks. Unless you don't say, I proceeded toward the woods. That's not how an emotional parent speaks. But I jumped out of the SUV, then proceeded toward the woods, but officers yelled at me not to enter the woods. I walked back to the house and was further told not to enter the woods. I was beyond frustrated. I wasn't allowed to search until the officer, dressed in military gear, gave me the green light to re-enter the woods. He said, go for it. I still remember it said Oliver on the back of his vest. Okay. All right. Now, he is so whacked.
The kids proceeded.
Now we got to remember, this time, what time did the RCMP arrive there? I can't remember. 10 something. But it had to be after. They couldn't have started looking until after 10:01, 10:27. Right. SL, thank you so much, my dear, for 23 months. So good to be back. I've missed you all, especially Justin. Love you, darling. I am so glad you have had such a rough time, girl. I am so glad you are back, and we love you and miss you so, so very much. Right? Passion Flower, that was from the teachers. Jack and Lily was showing up with lots of interesting bruises, and they didn't have coats. Okay, listen to this.
From the bedroom to the kitchen. I ran down to John on the fence. She's calling 911. Remember, Daniel wrote this to Sonny after Malaya's screenshots. Remember Malaya's screenshots? The one I just showed you? But there was other stuff like her GPS and all that stuff. Because before he was saying, he said something like, Malaya asked, should I call 911? He says, well, wait a minute. He said that on his sit down interview. And then in other text, he says, yes, you should effing call 911.
Yeah.
So
Sure
right
does.
here, he changed it to while she was calling 911. Okay, so Daniel's running around outside.
Hold on 1 second.
Come back down, okay? Driving Malaya's vehicle, drives down to on the 289 Gerlach Road, makes a right onto
He
Lansdowne
makes another
Road.
point here that I didn't make.
Turns around somewhere in there, maybe by the pipeline. I don't know. He doesn't say.
He doesn't turn
Comes
around.
back
It's all
through,
fake.
goes through the over the railroad tracks onto Lansdowne Station Road, turns around there and goes back up to the 289. By the time that he got back, the RCMP
happen.
were there. They were walking up the driveway, guys. They were walking up the driveway, going to speak with Malaya. And at this time, Daniel said he was going to go back out in the woods. And they told him, no, do not go back out into the woods. All right. Let me stop talking and read the rest of this.
He's got a lot of
He says, I ran up into the kids' cabins to check, and when I was screaming for the kids on my way back down, that's when Mom came out.
Hold on. I need to press forward.
Never going out to the railway tracks on that.
Maybe it's on through here. 1 second. Okay, here we go.
There we go.
Daphne and Earth Insane.
This one says, this is Sunny again. Okay. What is your estimated time of the 911 call? This is the last thing that I want for now. It was done on Wi-Fi calling. So this was before Malaya's messages, guys. I'm pretty sure. Daniel says it was done on Wi-Fi calling, and investigators asked for that number a week ago. So Malaya didn't tell them she called with Wi-Fi, I guess. That's strange, right? And then Sunny says, yeah, we've seen that it was Wi-Fi calling in her screenshots.
Well, Sharon, this is the thing. I don't know if you've been watching this live since the beginning, but we have proven that Malaya was awake and making phone calls at 8-something in the morning. We have proven that Janie was awake and making phone calls at 8-something in the morning. And we have dispatch that says the kids went missing at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, maybe this wasn't Sunny because this is talking to Sunny. She wouldn't be talking to herself. And then Daniel proceeds to say, until you see the screenshot of it, don't believe it. So why? Please tell me why nobody should believe Malaya's time of calling 911, guys. What are they hiding? What are they?
Now, here Daniel says, what's your estimated time of the 911 call? Daniel says it was done off Wi-Fi calling, and investigators asked for the number a week ago. So Malaya didn't tell them she called with Wi-Fi, I guess. In the fucking documents, it says Malaya turned off her Wi-Fi so she could get cell service in a corner. That Junkyard Janie says, impossible. Very, very rarely happens. Right? Now, Daniel says, until you see the screenshot of it, don't believe it. He also says, the call, the 911 call, didn't happen the time Malaya says it happened. I'll just leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that. Malaya showed what time the 911 call was. So again, why are there lies? It should not be this big confusing thing. Did you call? One says, no, she called with her cell phone. Turned off the Wi-Fi, used her service, Malaya says. Daniel says right here. Malaya, it was done on Wi-Fi calling, and investigators asked for that number a week ago. So Malaya didn't tell them she called with Wi-Fi, I guess. Oh, we've had it for a while. Right? Did you call Wi-Fi? Did you not? Now I'm believing there is extra phones. I'm believing there's extra phones. Because Daniel says he takes in one of the, I don't know if it's, Daphne, are you in here? Where does he say he uses his phone to use the flashlight in the culverts, but says, or it could be a tablet or an iPad, yes. Or it could, but he also says, in the documents and in his interviews, he didn't take his phone. Right? Lots of lies. Lots of dirty, dirty lies, Daniel. All of a sudden, Daniel gets honey and cleans up his nasty yard. Well, she's married. She's married with a child. He's doing that probably for two reasons. He's trying to see his kids, and probably the judgment of just people talking about it.
Hiding. Why would he be saying, don't believe her time of calling 911? What are they hiding?
Purdue. Yes, okay.
Put down in the chat what you think they're hiding. Why would they hide the 911 call? Why? That's very odd to me. Why so many games around that? And then here we go again. The screenshot right here shows you 911, Malaya's phone, 9 minutes, 45 seconds, called at 10:01 a.m.
I've got that. Show it to you.
And this is another screenshot. Make sure you guys can see this. The kids were last seen Thursday night when they went to their bed.
Listen to this.
They were heard playing in their room around 8:30 Friday morning. Mom and stepdad fell back to sleep and woke up to silence.
They were heard playing at around 8:30 Friday morning, and mom and stepdad fell back asleep and woke up to silence. They couldn't find the kids and called 911 around 9:40.
They couldn't find the kids and they called 911 around 9:40. Search dogs couldn't find a scent past the driveway. Okay. Oh my gosh. This mouse has a cord and it's so aggravating. All right, let me show you some more. I'm going to show you everything that I got here. Everything I got here from.
Yes. Dirty Diana, how you doing? Dirty Diana, how you doing? Dirty Diana, thank you so much for a wholesome 7 months. You are so late. Yes, you are. So late. Dirty Diana to the office, please. You're being paid. Dirty Diana to the office, please. You're being paid. We need a late slip for 7-month-old Dirty Diana. We love you, Dirty Diana. Good to see you, darling. Sue, come on down. You're at your 2nd month. Thank you so much, Sue, for your continued support. We really do appreciate you. Sue, Mama Sue, good to see you, and thank you so much, my dear. Good to see you. Day Toll RCMP, they went missing at 8. Why would they wait until 10 to call 911? Well, I think they went missing way before 8. That's what they told RCMP in the very beginning, that the last time they saw Jack and Lily was around 8.
The 911 calls because something is up with this. I'm telling you, it's crazy. All right, let's.
All right, listen to this.
Daniel.
Listen to this.
This is Daniel now.
Oh, Daniel. Oh, Daniel. Well, yeah. Yeah. It sounds, and well, this is the thing, April D. She called her mom first, but mom did not answer because she was out at the barn feeding her horses that morning. I made Gypsy's puss jump off the bed. That's the first time a woman has ever said that to me, Gypsy. Yep, first time. Justin, don't expect for you to do. You have to read my email. I have not, but is it about Sebastian's case? I probably know what you're talking about. Well, not my words, sir. Okay. I've never made anyone's kitty jump off the bed, Gypsy. Okay. Is that better? Okay. This 484 likes. I am an hour and 54 minutes into this mother chicken, and I've got 454 likes. Come on, y'all. Hit the thumbs up. God, what do I gotta do around here to get a like? I'm not gonna talk like Janie anymore if y'all don't hit the freaking thumbs up. Okay. Has anyone checked on any of contains BS. He didn't go looking for Jack. No, he didn't. No. Ooh, Lexi, I can't see my. You're funny as hell. I hit it when I come in. That's a good girl, Dreamcatcher. Thank you. How many thumbs ups do we got? I sure do, Sandra. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you so much. 28 more to 500. 523. There we go. Thank you so much. Wait, Watt coming in clutch at 11 months. Thank you so much, my dear. I'm going to want a birthday party for my 1 year, but it's been longer than that. Following you, sweetie. Thank you so much. Wait, Watt. Let's sing it. Let's sing a song. Thank you, Sassy. Even on the replay crew. That's amazing. To help with the kids. Yes. Okay, so here we go. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Lovey. All right, here we go.
He's talking.
Mr. Martell said he didn't want to go to school either. He refused to get ready. I would get up to help Malaya. It's backed by Malaya in documents stating Daniel really helped when I was overwhelmed, and it was many times. I left work 4 or 5 times. My employer told me to help with the kids. Well, you was only working 1 day a week, so that had been a while. I wonder, this does make me wonder if the kids didn't want to get up that morning, since they didn't get to bed till what, 10 or 11 o'clock that night? And Malaya couldn't get him up. Daniel perhaps lost it. Don't know. But he's
About
ready.
Jack here. Jack didn't want to go to school either. He refused to get ready. So, refused to get ready to go to school. This is Daniel. Daniel said, I would get up to help Malaya. So he's saying that he would wake up in the morning to help Malaya get the kids dressed for school because Jack gave them a hard time about it. It's backed by Malaya in the document stating Daniel really helped when I was overwhelmed. And it was many times. Like, why does he have to add that in? Why do you have to give yourself brownie points for that? I don't understand it. I left work 4 or 5 times.
Well,
my employer told me to help the kids.
Because Daniel needs validation for everything. Belinda said Jack loves school. I would think he would love school as well. I would think he would have loved school well. There he got fed. He got attention. I think it was Mr. Martell and Mrs. Brooks Murray that did not like to get up. In my opinion. From the lingering effects of the toxins that they may or may not have had that night and before. I mean, 42 days of school, missing 42 days of school. There's only 180 days of school. Yep. Yep. You are not tardy, ma'am. No, ma'am. You are late. Late, ma'am. And for that, you shall get a late slip. Little red to the office, please. You're being paged. We need a little red to the office, please. You're being paged. Late slip for a little red. Thank you, Miss Stacy Michelle. Really do appreciate you, darling. It's very kind of you. Thank you, love. Thank you, as always, Miss Stacy. Really do appreciate you, my friend. Good to see you, and thank you so much as well for being a member here on the Pearl family. Really, really do appreciate you, my dear. 1 hour, damn, thank you, sorry. 2 hours and 45 seconds, but who's counting except for me? I'm just kidding. Love you, little red. Oh, thank you, Miss Sue. Good to see you, love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss Sue. Really do appreciate you, my love. And thank you as well for being a member here on the Pearl family. Really, really do appreciate your support, love. Good to see you. Justin, today I went shopping and to lunch with my daughter, and we got our puppies matching Thunder Buddy costumes for Halloween. I changed my profile so I could show you. That is so stinking cute. Hold on, let me make it bigger 1 second so I can. Oh my gosh, they look like little teddy bears. That is so cute, Sherry. So cute. Is it a Bichon? Or is it a Shih Tzu? Or Maltese? I don't know. So cute. Yes, so cute to dress up your little pets for Halloween. I love it.
And guys, oh my gosh, Angel,
1 second.
only went so that day, not only one. Yes, okay. Let's
All right, listen to this.
chat room, and she says this. Janie says no one was watching the kids. How does she know no one was watching the kids that morning, guys?
Correct. One thing I want to add here. Janie says no one was watching the kids that morning, right? Another thing she says, which I find interesting, is Janie always starts crying really hard when she says, if I would have seen them, they would have never disappeared. Like if I would have been in front of them, or if I would have been in front of them, this would have never happened, or something like that, right? Which is interesting, right? And remember, her first statement was 8 something in the morning. If I would have been up. One time your poodle, cute. That's a good question. That's a good question. Good question. Now, Daniel is saying that Jack got out of their home when they lived with Patty when Jack was 2 years old. This is very recent. I would have to see some documents on that before I would believe that, because in the beginning they said that they had never wandered off before. Now I can. Yes, ma'am. We can see your butterflies.
Can someone tell me?
All right, watch this.
So she heard Daniel, actually. She heard Daniel screaming for them. So how does she know Daniel wasn't out there watching him that morning?
Right.
I'm curious, right? Batches third. Am I right? She does it on an app. Right, guys? So did she have to leave the bedroom to do this? Probably not, right? Malaya says she has an alarm that goes off like 5:45 or something in the morning
6 o'clock and
with
6:15.
her screenshot she sent Sunny.
6 o'clock and
It's an app,
6:15.
right? Thank you, guys. Thank you. So she probably doesn't have to leave the bedroom or the bed. So she probably.
Yep, I asked her in
You
here,
would
Bobby.
think that maybe she got up at 5:45. Her alarm goes off. Probably takes her a couple of minutes to get herself together, and maybe she hits snooze. Maybe she's a snoozer. You think she's a snoozer or a dozer? She a dozer? Do you think she went and checked on the children that morning to see if Lily was still 6? I don't know what time sunrise was that morning. It was starting to go into summer, but I know what time sundown was, or the night before was like 8:16 or 8:17 p.m. So if she was up, clocked them out, like maybe, out of school, did she get up and check on the children?
I don't think Janie harmed the kids. I don't believe Janie harmed the kids at all. In my opinion, she did not harm the kids. But I think she knows a hell of a lot more. And I think it's eating her.
To see if Lily was still sick or had a cough. You guys think she did or no?
Yep.
She didn't see Lily that day. There you go. There's your answer. She did not see Lily that day. So why check them out of school?
Very good point. Out of all this fucking time, I never thought about that. I missed that. You didn't see him. Why check him out of school? That's very simple. Okay, say it again.
She didn't see Lily that day. Had a cough and check on the children to see if Lily was still sick or had a cough. You guys think she did or no? She didn't see Lily that day. There you go. There's your answer. She did not see Lily that day. So why check them out of school?
If you didn't see him at, before 6:15, sunrise was at 6:04. Thank you, Renee. Something simple and very, yeah, that is a brilliant, never thought of that out of everything else I've thought of. Something so simple, and that's something so true. Why didn't? Because remember, she says, and like I said, you make a decision the night before or the morning of, right? Daniel says they were fine, even though he says he didn't see them. Well, he saw Lily peek in, but he didn't really see him either. Yes. Malaya says she heard the kids at about 8:30 playing, and they woke up Meadow. So she had to get Meadow out of the crib and put Meadow in her and Daniel's bed. And she laid with Meadow. But again, why would you mark them sick when you didn't even check on them that morning? Who doesn't check on their kids before marking them absent? I'll wait. Who doesn't? I think the black eye was the reason they didn't go Thursday to school. But Friday, I think it was a very stressful time. I think her and Daniel's relationship was on the rocks. Somebody flipped out.
Janie didn't know if they were going to school or not. Daniel thought they were going to school. Like, he didn't know she checked them out. Because Daniel said he would have sent them to school. But yet Daniel didn't see them either, other than Lily popping her head in and out. Right, guys? That's very curious. I'm telling you. It all doesn't make sense. What if Malaya woke up that morning? Because remember, she went to bed before Daniel. Yeah, thank you, Shan. She went to bed before Daniel on Thursday night. Okay. Maybe she woke up that morning. Her alarm goes off. Maybe she snoozed it a couple times. Then she checked the kids out. What if she went into their room and they were gone? What if Malaya woke up and went into their room and they were gone? What do you think? You guys think that? She woke up and they were just gone? But you would think, like, if she had nothing to do with it, she would be frantic, right?
No.
Like, she'd be like,
Nope, that did not. Nope, did not happen. 1 second. Well, we've got some breaking news, guys. 1 second here. Bear with me. Okay. One second. Here we go. I got to pull this up. Little Nanaka Pratt. This is him and his sibling, his twin sibling. I got a picture. And this makes me want to sob. Six months old. Even though my twins are nearly men now. Well, I mean, they are young men, but now I don't know how people do that. But that's not, I mean, that's the picture. But we have new breaking news. The mom of Nanaka and the twin have been arrested. She has been arrested as well. the mother. She has been arrested as well. I'm going to give you her charges real quick. Oops, it just broke on the news too. Hold on 1 second. Poor little babies.
Now it's 6. The father of a 6-month-old baby found dead in Clayton County is now charged with murder. Investigators say Nakai Pratt's body in the backyard of a home, found the body in the backyard of a home in Riverdale last night next to an apartment complex where he was first reported missing on Sunday morning. 11 Alive's Marissa Sarback is live from that apartment complex on Valley Hill Drive. And Marissa, walk us through the details from Clayton County Police, because I know you've been on this story from the very beginning on Sunday.
Yeah, and Ron, we've gotten a lot of new information from the Clayton County Police Department today. We've also learned that Nakai Pratt's mother is now being investigated for her potential role in
She's
his
been arrested
death.
now.
We have learned also that Nakai's twin sister is now in the custody of the Department of Family and Children Services.
Thank God. Oh, Fran, of course, honey. Hey, y'all. I'm asking for prayers. I've been really ill. Thanks to anyone who prays for me. Hugs. Y'all, of course, Fran, we absolutely will pray for you. I hope you feel better, darling. Keeping you in our prayers. Absolutely. Much love to you, Fran. We love you twice. Wow, baby kisses. Lots of people's praying for you.
We also know that today, Antonio Pierce, the father of Nakai Pratt, was officially charged with his murder. He is facing 9 new charges in total, including malice murder, concealing a death, tampering with evidence, and cruelty to a child. Now, the arrest warrant details Antonio Pierce's elaborate story from Sunday that he was going to pick up drugs from his stash house to sell with his twins and their mother in the car when 2 men held him up at gunpoint. He says the men walked away from him, and when he came back, or they walked him away from the car, and when he came back, Nakai was gone from that car seat. A witness later told police they saw Antonio in the woods with a backpack, and Antonio asked that witness to take it. The witness did, and Antonio later came back for that bag, saying he knew he messed up and that police were coming. Police say Antonio told police a different version of this story, of his possession of that backpack containing drugs, and that story changed multiple times. Neighbors tell us they had hoped Nakai would be found alive until the medical examiner arrived last night.
Behind my house, you know, they throw garbage and everything else on it, so I was concerned that maybe that could be where the baby was. They were working over by the fence there, but I guess it maybe have been over the fence there, because they got access to my neighbor's yard there.
Yeah, the other twin is okay.
I mean, I
In
just knew they
CPS
probably found the
custody.
baby. I stopped watching it. I couldn't.
And what you're looking at right now is a little memorial that has been set up just outside that fence. We're just on the other side of that apartment complex. I don't know if you can read that sign, but it's in children's handwriting, and it says, "Rest in peace, we love you." And just to give you some perspective, this is the edge of that apartment complex where Antonio Pierce lives and where Nakai Pratt was first reported missing. And this is about a quarter of a mile from where those canine cadaver dogs were searching for his little body. Ron?
Okay, Marissa, such a sad story. Now, we do expect Pierce to be back in court soon now that he's facing these new charges. Of course, we're going to let you know when that happens. Marissa, thanks a lot for being on top of this story for us.
The road trip continues on as the Carolina Hurricanes.
Okay. Now, Clayton County records indicate that Nicolette Pratt faces obstruction and officer, false statements, and party to the commission of a crime charges. Looky here. She was in on it. She was in on it, allegedly. I have to say allegedly because they are all innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. But in my opinion, yes, mom has been arrested. One second. Shit. Right here. I've got her charges and all that. Here we go. Nicolette Pratt faces obstruction of an officer, false statements, and party to the commission of a crime. Baby Nanakai Pratt was found dead in the backyard of the home off Green Valley Road on Tuesday. The backyard backs up to the apartment complex along Valley Hill Road, which is where the infant was initially reported missing just days before. The father had already been charged on unrelated charges, but now he has officially been charged with malice murder, cruelty to children, meaning more than one, probably its sibling, aggravated battery, aggravated assault, tampering with evidence, concealing the death of another person, unlawful disposal of a human body, false statements, and false report of a crime. Warrants for Pierce listed Nicolette Pratt as the mother of the child. Inmate records from the jail show she was booked just a little bit ago in the afternoon. Police learned that the infant's disappearance on Sunday at 8:18 a.m. on October 12th. The police responded to the 100 Valley Hill Road in Riversdale, Georgia. Warren State Pierce claimed this happened at an apartment in the complex he described as a stash house. He told officers he had 3 pounds of marijuana and more than $6,000 in cash inside the apartment. He also initially told officers, that Nakaya, his twin sister, and their mother were with him at the time of Nakaya's disappeared. Clayton County Police said detectives grew suspicious as the investigation continued into the missing child. They determined that some of the facts provided about Nakaya's disappearance were questionable. One second. So, the other twin girl is in CPS custody. Yep. I think they were together. A mother, first of all, nobody breaks up twins like that, right? Number two, she knew about it. She had to have been there. Otherwise, in my opinion, she would have flipped out and called and said, my boyfriend or my ex or whoever called me and said, one of my twin, I can't even say it. Can't even say it. Yeah. Yeah. Nobody does that to twins. And she's being charged for lying and all that. Pieces of crap doesn't even... Yeah. She was, Tina. She was. All right, guys. We will finish up the rest tomorrow. This is my second live today. I wanted to do 3 lives, but I can't. When the YouTube went down for a little bit today after my first live, and that kind of delayed me with things. Yeah, Anna. I agree. Supposed to protect the children. Roxy, I don't think they did. I think that was just what they said. I think she got scared and said she was somewhere else with the baby and they were broke up. He didn't want her to get in trouble. But we'll see. That's just my opinion. I'm getting there. Butterflies. Tomorrow, we are going to be talking. One second. What? Okay. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about Darius McDougal, little boy who went missing in Canada. The parents say that he was playing with, I don't know if they're siblings or friends at a camp, and they turned around, the kids turned around, and they don't know where he went. They searched and searched and searched and searched and searched, and they did not find him. You heard me just say that there was 2 other kids there, right? Well, guess what? One of those children that was supposedly there to see, that turned around and the little boy went missing, has died. One of those kids. And so one is missing, and now one that witnessed, turned around, was playing with the kid, and he's gone, has died. Is that a coincidence? I don't know, but I'm telling you, something is really bad. Well, if you guys have any information on it, please, 307-228-4906. You can text me. You will be 1,000,000,000% anonymous, or you can email me any information, findings, articles, anything, all justice, the number 4, the letter U, at gmail.com. Oh, hey, Dr. Pepper. I haven't seen you in ages. Good to see you. In my opinion, J and L may have been hit a car in the driveway. Hard to see 2 little ones in front of or behind car. Would also explain raking the gravel at night. Again, just my opinion. It's possible. It is possible. But the question is, thank you for that, Dr. Pepper. It's really good to see you, by the way. And thank you for being a member. And, that would make sense, but would you call if it was an accident? You know what I mean? Thank you, LK. Thank you, love. I'm wondering if the child that passed away was old enough to speak and tell what happened. Yep. Wondering that too. I swear, you just don't think people can get any worse, and then there's just another case that comes out. It was rainy. It was pretty chilly, cold. Yep. Yep. They are saying anaphylactic shock that she died. I hope they do an autopsy. Yep, Sandra. Yep. Yes, it does. Yep. And if you're it's bad. It's bad. I think the parents have came out and spoke too. Something's wrong, in my opinion. What's the... Oh God, it's on the tip of my tongue. I've talked about him so many times. The little boy that they said was at a camp with his mom and his dad and grandpa and that other friend that was a weird guy in Idaho. It's right here. And as soon as you say Dior Koontz. Yep. Kind of giving me those vibes. Yeah. Still unsolved. Grandpa's dead. I think the friend of Grandpa is still alive, but the other two were split up. It was Kathy. There's some good documentaries on YouTube about that as well. Darius was his father's only child. Okay, it was Buffy's only child. I wonder if they made... We're going to talk about it tomorrow. Mish. Let's see. Did they find her? That's a good question. Let's see here. See if there's any new thing out.
A critical move in the case of a missing 23-year-old West Philadelphia woman. A person is taken into custody as more evidence is uncovered. But tonight, they are still trying to find Kata Scott.
Nope.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Yuki Washington. Scott has been missing for more than a week now. Investigators have arrested a man accused of kidnapping her. And today, they located two key pieces of evidence. CBS Philadelphia's Josh Sanders has our coverage tonight.
After 11 days, two major breakthroughs for Philadelphia police in the kidnapping and search for 23-year-old Kata Scott.
Chronologically, earlier today, we were at 6100 Ardlake Street behind the school there. Off a tip, we recovered some items that were of value.
Police say a search of an old abandoned middle school in East Germantown uncovered some of Scott's belongings. Then just after 3, another break in the case, locating a 1999 Toyota Camry believed to be used by 21-year-old Keon King, arrested Tuesday and charged with Scott's kidnapping.
We do not know where Miss Scott is, so at this point our lead charge is kidnapping.
Authorities suspect Scott may have been in the car, and before his arrest, King allegedly disposed of the car, cell phone, and other personal items he had been using. The search for that 1999 Toyota Camry led investigators here to this gated community off Gypsy Lane, where sources tell us the suspect, Keon King, has family.
A neighbor that I know who called the tip in, I can't believe he came out and he noticed it, because they had been looking on Facebook and saw, this is the car we're looking for, and he went in and checked the license plate and came back out, and sure enough, that was it. And I was like, wow.
Scott disappeared on the night of October 4th, just 20 minutes into her Saturday night shift at an assisted living facility in Chestnut Hill. Last week, officials combed through Albury Arboretum in East Germantown, but police say they found nothing. And this isn't the first time King has been suspected of kidnapping.
When I picked up this investigation, one of the things that our office also learned was that he did have a previous case. It was a 2025 case for very similar conduct, strangulation and kidnapping.
Those charges dropped in May after a witness failed to appear in court, but police say they have video evidence in that case, and prosecutors have refiled those charges.
At the end of the day, hoping that poor, beautiful girl is okay, somehow.
As the search for Scott continues, police are urging the public to come forward with any information. Josh Sanders, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Here we go. She has still not been found. Still not been found at this time yet. Just crazy to me. Craziness. Haven't found her yet. Guys, do we need to spray Joe? Members, bring out your Joe spray bottles, please. Yeah, he was out of prison. The woman that he strangled and kidnapped, she didn't show up to the court appearances several times, so they ended up dropping it. The state should have picked that up. If the state would have picked that up, this wouldn't be happening right now. Again. I don't know, Renee. I don't know. There was a lot of crazy people back then too, and I don't know. They could have if the state would have picked it up. In my opinion. All right, guys. Much love, everyone. God bless you. God keep you and your family. I really do appreciate you guys joining me. Thank you to my mods, my members, chat. If you are watching this, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Justice for little Jack and Lily Sullivan. Not going to stop. And justice for all these babies are found. Tomorrow I will be live. Probably I'm going to try to do 3 lives tomorrow because I need to do one, of course, on Jack and Lily. And of course, what's going on in Canada. What is it doing? For little Darius and Sebastian Rogers tomorrow. Okay. He's done. What, Joe? All right, guys. Love you all. Appreciate you. Good night and God bless.